Hi everyone, let's look at some of the new features of Java 8, and today's session we are going to look at Lambda expressions in detail. And before going ahead and explain you how Lambda expression can be written in our day-to-day programming, and let's look at a simple method which we are going to write. And what this method is going to do is it's going to take an argument of data type integer, and it's going to increment the value of that argument by 1. And how we will write this simple method definition before Java 8. And let's go to this function definition. If you look at this function definition, it has a parameter uh, whose name is number and its data type is integer, and it adds 1 to that parameter and returns the value. And the return statement says that the return data type is again an integer. So if you run this whole thing here, it's going to print the value as 11. So in case if you have to write the similar thing using lambda expression, how you would go about it. So if you look at lambda expressions, so the whole thing can be done in a much simpler way. And let's comment this code and let's look at how we are going to write it using lambda expression. And for lambda expression, there are two things that are required. One is the parameter, and this is the expression. And let's uncomment this line and let's look at this in detail. And let's look at this function increment by 1. And if I have to explain this in detail, this is a functional interface in Java 8 which takes integer as an argument and it returns integer. So let's not worry about functional interface now. And the name of the functional interface is increment by 1. Let's look at lambda expression. So this is a lambda expression. The lambda expression has two parts to it. One is a parameter. Here the parameter is a number whose data type is integer, and this is the expression what you see on highlighted one, this expression, and this is an arrow. So what it exactly does is when I call this function using the value as 10, the value gets passed here and gets evaluated here, and it returns the output of 11. So how do we call this function now? So let's comment this out now and let's uncomment this. So increment by 1, we are calling the functional interface. When we are calling the functional interface, we need to call the method called apply, which can pass the argument. So let's not go deep into how the functional interface is used. All we are worried about is how to write lambda expressions. And we are inputting the value as 10. And when I run this, we still get the same output 11. Let's run it now. Yeah, we get the same output as 11. So in lambda expressions, the data type, we need to specify the data type because the data type is already known for the compiler. So the another way to write the same statement is this one. So let's look at this one. If you look at this one, we are not specifying the data type, and also we no need to specify this curly braces here actually. The compiler knows, because don't need to specify the curly braces. There is also no need to specify the return. The compiler knows that it has to return the expression. So let's run this now and see what is the output. And we still get the same output 11. So it's good. Now how much better we can write this. So now in this one, if you look at it, we still have the brace here or parenthesis here which takes an argument number. So if it's going to take more than one parameter, then we need to consistently specify this brace actually. If it's a single parameter, then no need to specify that as well. And but here we are specifying it, and let's run this now. We still get the same output 11. And the much simpler way to write the same code is this one. If you look at here we are not specifying the data type as an integer. We are not specifying return. We are not putting the curly braces, and still this will work actually. So if I run this, we should still get the same output. Yeah, that's about it. So we have completed the first lesson on Lambda expressions. Thank you everyone.